video es presentado por el Sistema Ciencia Garza Educativa de la Universidad Autónoma del Estado de Hidalgo. Para mayor información, visítanos en www.uaeh.edu.mx. Gracias por aprender.
Hello, everybody. This is Ana Morales. I'm an English teacher, and today we are presenting a work, especially for the Bachelor of Administration area. So the topic to study is Principles of Management. Thank you to my university for the supporting of this kind of works. So it's a pleasure for me presenting this job for you. So I'm an English, as I said before, I'm an English teacher in the higher education of Huejutla. So I am part of the English Academy. So we are going to start. Here you have the abstract, and the main idea or the main goal of this course is to encourage and motivate our students to study beyond the English language in order to get the proficiency language learning. So as you can see, we have designed in this course called the Principles of Management. This lesson covers basic topics that students have already learned in Spanish, but now in English. Our main goal, as I said before, is developing the competent students for the international business market. As you know, business markets is worldwide. So we would like to cover all of these topics, but we are starting from the beginning. The keywords for this presentation are management, manager, the POLC framework, accomplish, goals, and effort. So let's start. The topics to study are the following. What is management? We are going to study the definition and the concept. Who are managers, the duties and type of managers? Some of them, not all of them, because as we know, there are a huge kind of number of type of managers, but we are going to study the principle of them. And then we have the POL's framework, and at the end, a small task. So let's study some vocabulary first regarding the management. We need to understand this concept, but studying these three first words. So we have accomplish. What is accomplish? It could be that it's to finish something successfully or to achieve something. As an example, here you have the manager accomplished the objective amount in less than 2 weeks. You can see this could be the manager, and here we have the workers. So if they work together, they accomplished the objective. Then we have goals. What are goals? This could be personal, but in the organization topic, a goal is something or the act of stating clearly what you want to achieve. So an example here is manager work hard with their teams to achieve the goals. As you can see in the image, here we have the manager, and the main goal is this one. But behind the manager is all the teamwork that we have to do, okay? So we have accomplished goals. And finally, an important concept to know before is about effort. What is the meaning of effort? It's the result of an attempt to produce something, especially when its quality or love uncertain. So an example of effort, using effort in English, is ensuring the product is launched on time will be a team effort. This could be, as you can see here in the image, this could be individual, and it could be a group effort. In organizations, we work in teams. There is a manager at the top, and then we have the team work at the end. So, what is management? It could be that is the art of science of accomplishing individual and organizational goals, as I said before, through the efforts of all in the team, using the framework, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. As you can see here in the structure, I decided to use a house structure because the management, it's everything. It's the roof of the house, in this case of the company. So we have management here, and in the core of the company are manager and the teamwork. What is this for? It's the framework of POLC. Synchronizing all of these points, we have a good organization work and good results. In our market, it's very important to understand this structure. So then we have managers. Who are they? What do they do? So firstly, let's study 3 important points about what managers do. Allocate. What is this word? What is the meaning of allocate? Well, allocate is to give something to someone as their share of a total amount to use in a particular way. In an example is better, I think. So here you have the balance. So managers allocate people, they can allocate duties, things to do. So as a project leader, managers will have to allocate people. You are going to accommodate in areas, your workers, okay? Then we have human resources. Okay, keep an eye on this because human resources are the people who makes possible that the function works, it's working in a company. So good human resource management is essential for business of all size. It's a kind of the heart of the company, okay? In our human body is the heart, but in the company are human resources. And then we have the final resources, the money. Without money, we cannot work. And why is that? Because we have good financial resources. Management is key to achieve the goals of the organization. The investment, the money make that the company works because we need this, a good financial resource to make a project work together with. So who are managers? What do they do? And here you have the main concept. The manager is who allocates resources, human, financial, physical, and informational, using the functions of POLC framework. Here we are synchronizing everything, as you can see. So before to continue with the POL framework, let's check the types of managers that exist. So here we have 7 because in the book Introduction of Principles of Management are highlighted 7 important types of managers. This book is that we are studying, are using to study this kind of concepts. So the first one is top manager. So they are responsible for developing the organization's strategy and acting as a steward for its vision and mission. And we have a good example of top manager, that is Michael Dell. He founded Dell Inc. He was very visionary, a visionary man. He started to sell computers in his garage, and suddenly he founded this company and it became a huge company in business market. And then we have functional managers. So they are responsible for the efficiency and effectiveness of a specific area, such as accounting or marketing, okay? Functional managers are responsible of marketing in brands. For example, Kellogg's, Coca-Cola, they have functional managers in marketing areas. They are in charge of all the creativity of all the things for new brands or the brands that exist in order to make some ads for TV or something like that. Then we have the supervisory managers. They are in charge of specific things. For example, in hotels, we have the top manager, we have functional managers, and then we have supervisory. Supervisory managers can be 1, 2, 3, or 4 in only one company because we have different areas. Okay, so that is a supervisory manager's duty. Then we have line managers. If your company is going to be allowed about a production, like in cars, companies, they have line productions. So there we have line managers. They are in charge of all the manufacturing area of the company. Then we have staff managers. Okay, a good example of this is the president. The White House, for example, provides an important example of this type of manager. It's a kind of advisory of all the staff of the president. So he is behind of the president also. And then we have the project managers. In my opinion, this one is a good way to work because a project manager is in charge of the POLC. You can find a project manager in construction, industries, architecture, consulting, computer, telecommunication, or software development. So these kind of managers are in charge of the planning, of the organizing of the project. They also decide which project is good or which project is not good for the company. They can analyze that kind of ways. So if you want to win good money, you could work in this kind of project managers. Then we have the general managers. Well, this example, it's about the are responsible for managing a clearly identifiable revenue producing unit such as store or a product line. So Michael Scott, as you can see here, was general manager of the Scranton branch of paper merchant in Dunder. So this is, it's called general because he can be in charge of almost everything, okay? So according to the economic hierarchy, we have listed this kind of managers. Finally, we have the POLC framework. Framework, well, I found a small concept of framework for you. What is framework? It's a system of rules, ideas, or belief that is used to plan or decide something. So here we have all the cycle of the POLC. Do you remember in the second slide? We have the roof, management. In the core, we have the manager and the teamwork, and around them is the POLC framework. So what is each of these stations or stages? The planning is the beginning of the project. You cannot start something without a good plan. Okay, we need to, in order to make it work, we need to do the checklist, the step by step, what is your even stages that your project is going to passing through. And then we have the organization, organizing your human resources chart. If you are a well-organized human resources, you can work without problems. An example of leading is to guide your people, as you can see here. Leading in the image here, we have the captain is leading, is guiding to hold the human resources. So as leader, you need to be enthusiastic, patient, sometimes a kind of psychologist, because they are humans, firstly, and then workers. So in order to all the motivation is established in your team, you need to be very patient. And then we have the controlling. So for example, if the budget that you started to work with in your planning is not working, you can change it, or the things that they are not working, you can change it or modify, make modifications. So you have to control every step. So finally, performing all of this function most efficiently and effectively creates a competitive advantage, which leads to archiving the company. And then we have the final task. So in order to check if we understand this topic, you could do the next step, answering the following question in your notebook. So firstly, what is management? In your own words, try to write it in your own words. What kind of manager would you like to become in future according to the 7 types of managers? Or if you discover another one, you can express with that. And from the 3 responsibilities of managers and mention it in slide 6, what you consider that is more important and why? And finally, describing your own words, the framework POLC. So that is everything for today. In the next course, we are going to study more about the principles of management. Thank you, everyone.